start to become aligned with a proper mode of sanity. And this is transcendental to everything. And by this way, we can interact with each other. But until I make that choice, because I have free will, you have free will. If basically, in putting this whole thing short, if you want to stay here in turmoil out of the body, you will for a while. Not forever and ever. But why put yourself through that torture? Just as you have people in the body, in an incarnation, putting themselves through a lot of depression and stress and torture. It's your friends, it's your family, it's your neighbor. Even as you see it in the body, so is it out of the body. It's the same thing. It's nothing changes. The point of, and the beauty of each incarnation we get is to have another chance to start off with a memory erase of sorts, right? When you're born, you forget so many things, and then re-engage in this reality and try and align with the high powers, with the light, with the love. Receive your karma and go forth with it. So, when I think about ghosts and spirits, and I have had a good handful of experiences with them, some of them family members, some of them not. Some spirits that may not ever have been in a body. A whole other topic. In fact, just yesterday, today is, what is it now? May the 4th? And I was just in the basement getting some laundry while my wife was looking after my son, and as I was looking at a book briefly, in my peripheral vision, a spirit walked behind me, humanoid. I saw a face. I turned around and I wasn't afraid and I wasn't aggressive. I just said, oh, well, I'm aware that someone's there. And it doesn't mean that my house is haunted necessarily. It just means this multi-dimensional world is all linked together and sometimes overlaps. So it could be, it could be many things. And whether this was a ghost or a spirit or whatever the case, it's not about being afraid. It's about welcoming. You really can defeat everything if you defeat it with love and kindness. And I'm reminding myself that too. Because sometimes I forget. Sometimes I backbite pretty hard when I get offended for what I think is absolutely no reason at all. Then I tell myself, relax. You can act in your higher self. And then each new challenge is a way to cultivate and grow this love. And for ghosts and spirits, a lot of them are lost and need help and need some love. And the best way you can defeat your own fear, and the best way I can defeat my own fear, is with love. Because when you love yourself, you start to love others a lot. And when you stop torturing yourself, you'll stop taking out your torture on others. Or you'll stop increasing the torture you see on others. And this way we release all stress and all tension. Because our ultimate wish is to be happy. Be at calm, at ease in knowing. And, let's just say you're watching this because the paranormal is new to you, or maybe it even isn't. Let's just say you're a bit buffed up on it, on the knowledge of these things. Maybe you have a haunted house that you're dealing with right now. It could be. It's very valid. Deal with it with love. I could even suggest doing something like going in and talking to the energy where it seems to hang around in your home or your abode. You can bring a candle and sit and talk and just say, I love you, my friend, and I hope that you'll move on. Let it go. Let the hurt in your heart go. There's no, like I said, there's no difference between being in the body and out of the body as far as what you feel, what you think. Out of the body, some of us know a lot more. We've experienced a lot, and when you try and condense a big thing into a small body, it can be very difficult. And it's like a dispersion. When you leave your body, some people are, I even hope, more than 50% of the whole. Let's just talk about this earth. I don't want to go on and on about the cosmos. Become maybe too complicated even for me. I'll start to get too many ramblings. But let's just say, look at this very earth, 7 billion souls, pretty much. And at least half of them, I would hope so, when they die, they understand, I'm going to see my friends and family, I'm going to God, I'm going to the light. Now, for whatever percentage is feeling sadness or hurt or unacceptance or unknowing, find any way. And while you're in the body, you have a chance too. Big chance. Find a way to align with love, with God, with understanding, to make you happy and to make you free. Let's treat each other equally no matter what. Whether we are privileged or unprivileged, or from this country, that country, finding ourselves with enlightenment or not, we all end up being a very similar being in the long run. And there is very little to be afraid of, ultimately, in anything, because when you align with the good, with the light, you have the complete strength, and it will save you from all things. Now, there are some talks on, people could say they only believe in one life, and when they die they go to heaven or hell forever and ever. Well, to hell forever doesn't seem merciful, and to go to heaven forever and ever after one life, it doesn't seem that you might have earned it enough. And simply put, it takes a lot of experience for us to start to begin the journey to enlightenment. When Buddha got enlightened, it wasn't even a matter of, oh, that's it, journey's done. He just started the path of enlightenment, meaning, now that I am, what am I going to do with it? And it has been said by Rudolf Steiner and others that the Buddha, when he became enlightened, he went on to be the Christ, the Savior of another planet. So Jesus was one step ahead of the Buddha, according to the mystic secret tradition. Now, we all get to end up being like this. In that sense, equal, yes, of course, and working for the greater good of all souls. And this is our ultimate triumph. Anyone that tells you, or tells me, that you live once and you're dead and that's it, they're in a great mode of insanity and darkness. And if they're deliberately lying, it's because they only know the half-truth and they serve dark masters, and it's pretty pathetic. It's childish at best. And, throughout history, throughout thousands of years, as these humans have been here on the earth, you and I, our ancestors, we are our own ancestors if you start to understand reincarnation. Stories of ghosts and spirits have always been around, and now we're starting to even catch them on video. A lot of fake videos out there, probably most of them are fake, but maybe 40, 30, even just 20% are real, and that's very nice. And for people that's for people that need those proofs. I don't need to look at a video because I've seen things with my own eyes and I've heard things with my own ears. My soul has experienced stuff. But I like to look at those things too and discern, start to see what's real, what's not. And it's nice for us to point the finger and look at something, but then the real question is, what do you want to do with it, that knowledge? So anyway, to make a long story short for now, to close this video up, ghosts and spirits are very real. Learn to differentiate and learn to act towards them with peace the best you can, even the bad ones. And if you need to shout and yell and scare them away, sometimes that has to be the way. Even better, and I'm working on it, even better than trying to fend them off with the voice of command, is to pierce their heart with the word of light. They can't stand it. You tell a demon that, you tell the dark, dark, dark dragon that, I love you and I wish the light to permeate your heart. They can't take it. What do you mean somebody loves me? Impossible, impossible, impossible. Because they're still trying to be the master of reality. They are being the rebel. They don't think that there's an ultimate master reality. They don't understand that the source that they are not loves them immensely and wishes them to be co-creator. So that's my thoughts for it on now. It's hard to say specific things when I have a lot to talk about all the time with any subject, but I missed a lot of things too I probably wanted to say, but that's life. So more videos to come, and Think about that. Remind yourself, my dear friend, that you are going to die one day. You will. And you already have many times. And you will die this life. And be realistic about it and be humble about it. And if you're afraid of it, don't be. Don't be afraid of it. The story doesn't end. Our bodies like to think for themselves. It's said that our bodies have their own mind. They have their own whole personality. And when we incarnate, we take on a personality. I will only be this funny guy one time. And I have to live with that. And I have to be able to let him go. Because I have to be someone else. I have to become more me. You have to become more you. And keep in mind, we all will pass away. And we will all reincarnate. We will all get down the path. So when you hear stories, or if you yourself interact with any spirits, if you want to consider yourself a ghost hunter or anything like that, even then, be respectful, do it with love. And if you're hell-bent on proof of things, you don't need any proof of ghosts. Wait till you die and you'll see. Okay? So, that's just it. There's no need for fear. Perfect love casts out all fear. And respect things as equally. And get knowledge on the subject. The more you know about something, the more perspectives you take in, you'll start to see the bigger picture. The truth is never in one or two stories. You gotta take many of them and connect the dots, and the whole puzzle comes together very beautifully. And then you start to sit on the seat of power, and because you have real knowledge about things more and more, and personal experience. Not in a vain, selfish way, but in a true truth-seeker way, right? Good stuff. Well, thanks for watching, and more videos to come. Wish you the best. Enjoy your day, your evening, and may you find many good things down the road. There are lots of things there if you stop and take them in. Alright?